Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Sir Muhammad Aizat bin Adnan and to all my friends. Today I will present to you guys a topic about introduction to discus throw. So, my name is Muhammad Nur Irfan bin Sadikin. My metric number is 2020507287. So, as you know, every sport in this world have its own history behind to be known. So, for this slide, this topic, Introduction to Discus Throw, consists of history, origins, how the disc evolved, and its sport venue and its sport event. So let's go to the first slide. Discus throw origins. Okay. Discus is a sport in athletics which is track and field in which a disc-shaped object, also known as a discus, is thrown for distance. Discus throw dates trace back to the first ancient Greek Olympic Games in 776 BC, where the sport was prized for its display of an athlete's precision and coordination combined with his physical strength. The Greek poet Homer in the 8th century BC referred to discus throw, which was a part of the Greek pentathlon event, which also included jumping, wrestling, running, and javelin. As you can see at the top right corner of the slide, I already attached an image of famous statue named Discobulus from the iconic 5th century BC statue by the great sculptor Miron. Okay, and then the next slide. The next subtopic is history of discus throw. The men's discus has been part of every modern Olympic Games. Discus throwing emerged in ancient Greece around 708 BC when the sport was added to the 18th Olympiad. Okay, so discus also is one of the 5 discipline contests when women athletics made its debut at the 1928 Olympic Games in Amsterdam. So what is the 5 discipline that I mentioned earlier? So the 5 disciplines is discus throwing, the sport itself, running, jumping, wrestling, and javelin. This game has been included in the first modern Summer Olympic Games in 1896 in Athens, Greece, which was won by the American Robert Garrett. The first modern athlete to throw the discus while rotating the whole body was František Jandersuk from Czech Republic in 1900 Summer Olympic Games. Okay, he invented this technique when studying the position of the famous statue of Discobulus. After only 1 year of developing the technique, he earned a silver medal in 1900 Summer Olympic Games. Okay, and the third subtopic is how the discus evolved. The earlier discs were made of unwrought bronze and iron and were apparently heavier than today's competitive discus. Although the pedestals, throwing circles, and discus size and weights have changed over the many centuries since the ancient Greeks first practicing discus throwing. Discus looks like a flying saucer. The ancient Greeks made discus from lead, bronze, iron, or stone. The discus were made in varying weights, depends whether the competition consists of men or women. Men and women throw different sized discus with varying size of weights depending on age. The weight of the discus is either governed by the World Athletic for International or USA Track and Field for the United States. Okay, and then the last slide that consists of two subtopics, which is discus throw sport event and where the discus is played. So for the fourth point, discus throw sport event. Discus throw has been take part in many major world sport events such as Summer Olympic Games, World Championship, Asian Games, and the last SEA Games, which is Southeast Asian Games. So the last subtopic is where the discus is played. The discus throw is played at a stadium with the outer oval-shaped running track and an area of turf within this track, which is the field itself. Okay, so that's all from me. I hope you guys understand this topic very well, and feel free to ask me if you have any question related to this topic, and inshallah I will do my best to answer your question shortly. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuri Najwa, and today I will be present to you about classification of discuss through. So, discuss is made from what? That is first thing we have to know. In ancient time, discuss originally carved from stone. They shape stone into disc shape, similar to like a CD shape. Later, they upgrade their material into bronze and iron. In modern era, mostly most of athletes use smooth metal discus, which has small circular brace plates into sides. So basically, uh, discus shape is discus is thick in the middle and thin through the edges. The circular edges is thin and sharp. Next is discuss specification for athletes. So men and women athletes must follow this specification when they enjoy uh, when they contribute national competition. So men use a discus with 2 kilograms in weight, 2 centimeters in diameter, and with thickness 4.4 centimeters. And for women, they use 1 kilogram discus with 18 centimeters in diameter. So according to the picture, size uh, size of discus is different for men and women athletes. So they have to use discus according to their gender. This is bag for discuss. It is made from waterproof synthetic fabric that are not allow water to come through. So the discuss will not be damaged. And next, this bag also use Velcro for open and close straps. Velcro is a hook and loop fasteners which has two different um, two different types, two different material for them to stick. And then this bag also provides a sturdy handle which it's easy for athletes to carry their discus everywhere. So each bag is only for one discus. Each bag only for one discuss. So with this bag, the discuss will be more secure. Next is shoes. Shoes characteristics. Athletes have to wear shoes with snug fit, tight yet comfortable wrap around foot. So shoes will not come when they make a spin to throw the discus. And the shoes must have good traction, flat and smooth bottom. It is to keep the stability of the athletes so they will not fall. Okay, yep. So I think that's all from me. Thank you. If you have any questions, just ask and stay safe, everyone.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, especially to you, Aizat. I hope you guys are in the best of health. My name is Wan Rifki Haikal bin Wan Badrullah, and today I'm going to present about discuss through, and my part is athletes. Let's get started. In this part, I will tell you guys about who is the world record holder for discus throw for male, female, and also Paralympic. The first one is Jürgen Scott. He is the male world record holder. He set the world discus record at a meet in East Germany by achieving 74.08 meters, and it was on 6th of June 1986. The record still remained 30 years later, which means this is a record which has been unbeaten for over 30 years. Means no one could ever beat his record until now. Next one is Gabrielle Ringe. She is the female world record holder. She represented East Germany in the 1988 Olympic Games. In the same year, she set a new world record with 76.8 meters throw, but it was not on Olympic Games. It was on Italy tournament. And at the age of 14, she started competing and tried high jump and short put at first. And then she switched to discus throw. The next one is David Blair. He is the Paralympic world record holder. 16 years after break from sport, David Blair returned on February 2015. And 8 months after his return, he won the Paralympic gold at Rio 2016 by achieving 64.11 meters. And he took the Paralympic crown from his teammate Jeremy Campbell, which means Jeremy Campbell is the former world record holder, and David Blair is the one who broke Jeremy Campbell's record. The next one is Olympic record holder for men and women. Virgilius Alekna. He is the Olympic record holder for men with the record 73.88 meters, which only surpassed by the world record holder who is Jürgen Skull. And he was awarded the title Athlete of the Year by Track and Field News. And for women, Martina Hellman is the Olympic record holder. She reached 72.30 meters, which only surpassed by Gabrielle Ringe, the female world record holder. And on 6 September 1988, she threw the discus with 78.14 meters, which is the farthest that any woman could ever thrown before and after. But this record cannot be considered as a world record because it was on an unofficial tournament. I think I have done with my part, and thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to Sir Aizat and my fellow friends. Our presentation for this work is discuss through. So for my part, I've been given task to search place of tournament or history that has been used for discuss through. Actually, there's a lot of place that has been used for this tournament, and I will only talk about 4 places that has been used for this tournament. For my part, I think it's the shortest one since I just search for the place of tournament. So the first place that has been used for discus throw is original Olympic Games of Ancient in Greece. This place is the first time discus throw has been held, and the picture above is the place or two is 1900 Summer Olympic Games. The picture that I put here is the place that has been taken part to do discus throw. And the third one is London 2012 Summer Olympics. This place has been renovated and looking much more better than the previous one. The picture that I put in this slide also the place that has been taken to do this gastro. And the last one for the place is Olympic Games in Rio, Brazil 2016. This is the latest place that has been used for this gastro event. So that's just all for place of tournament that I show the place that has been used for discuss through. Thank you and see you again.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Safaizat bin Muhammad Kafli. Matric number 2020989981. Uh, Today I will present about discuss throw technique. Okay. Step 1. Grip. You must put your non-throwing hand beneath the discus for support. Your throwing hand is on top of the discus with your fingers evenly spread. The top knuckle of your forefingers should touch the rim with your fingertips over the sides. You can place your index and middle fingers together while evenly spacing the remaining fingers. Okay. Next, step 2. Stance. Face away from your target. Stand in the back of the ring with your feet wider than shoulder width apart and your knees and waist slightly bent. And step 3. Wind up. Hold up discus high in front of your left shoulder. Swing the discus back toward your right shoulder. This section can be repeated once or twice if necessary to establish a rim. Step 4. Starting the throw. Rotate your torso clockwise, bringing the discus as far back as you can, holding it in your throwing hand only. Your non-throwing arm should be pointed in the opposite direction as your throwing arm. Keep your throwing hand as far from your body as possible throughout the throw. Your weight is on your right foot. Your left heel is off the ground. Step 5. Beginning the turn to the center of the ring. Begin rotating your shoulders in the direction of the throw as you shift your weight to your left foot. Then pick your right foot up and swing it around the left. Pivot on the ball of your left foot as you spin toward the center of the ring. Step 6. Completing the turn to the center of the ring. Just before your right foot lands in the center of the ring, push off with your left foot and continue pivoting toward the front of the ring. And step 7. Turn to the power position. Pivot on your right foot, swinging the left leg to the front of the ring. Your left foot should land outside of the right. If you drew a line from your right foot to the target, your left foot should be slightly left of the line. Step 8. Power position. Assume the power position is your left side planted and firm and your left arm pointing forward. Your weight should be shifting from your right side to your left. Your throwing arm should be behind you, outstretched with the discus at about hip level. And step 9. The last step. Release. Continue shifting your weight forward as you pivot your hips. Bring your arm up at approximately 35-degree angle to release the discus. The discus should lift your hand smoothly off the index finger with your hand at about shoulder height. Follow through rotating to your left to remain in the ring and avoid falling. And I have put the video example of how to throw the discus throw. Okay. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum to sir and all my friends. So today I will present about discuss through rules and equipment. So it is needless to say that discuss through is a game that needs a lot of strength and endurance. So after a lot of hard work, if you will lose your point on the field for some through, then it is very demotivating. Hence, knowing the necessary rules and practicing in accordance with them well in advance is going to help you a lot. The rules of discuss surrogate are led by IAAF for the discuss, the playing environment, and for the player itself. So in this slide about rules regarding discuss. Hmm, here are some of the important rules regarding discuss. The discuss can be made of any material such as wood, but it must have a circular edge with a metallic rim. Inner construction can be both solid and hollow. The cross-section of the edge should be made in circular manner and it should have a radius of 6 mm. All sides of the disc should be identical. They must be free from any type of sharp edge or irregularities. Use IAF rules. Females for all age use weight 1 kg or 2.2 pounds. Boys use 1.5 kg or 3.3 pounds. Junior men 1.7 kg or 3.8 pounds. Senior men use 2 kg or 0.4 pounds. The competition weight of the disc varies with gender and age. Finishing of the disc should be smooth. So in this slide is about rules regarding cage. Here are some important rules regarding cage. No trip for cage. The construction and the strength of the cage should be such that it can arrest or depth of around 2 kg coming at the speed of 25 meters per second. That means it's very fast. Uh, there should be no threat of rebonding of the discus from the cage. The cage should have at least one side open. Therefore, it is often recommended to construct it in a U shape. At the lowest pin, the head of the native point should be 4 meters. Synthetic or natural fiber is the ideal material for the construction of the net. However, high tensile strength steel wire can also be used. Rules regarding through. Here are some important rules regarding through. The discus can only be thrown by an athlete when an athlete stands inside a circle which has a diameter of 2.5 meters. During the course of throw, the athletes are prohibited from touching the top of the rim. However, they can touch the inner part of the rim. An athlete cannot touch the ground beyond the circle. If the athlete leaves the circle before the landing of the disc on the ground, it will be considered a full throw. In the Olympic match, each athlete is given 8 chances to showcase their talent. There is particular boundary of landing on the disc. If the disc lands outside that zone, then the throw is considered invalid. So, the next one is equipment for discus throw. The first one is discus circle, also known as throwing circle. It is an area within which the player needs to take a stand and complete the throw. It is made of iron, steel, or another suitable material such as hard rock sheet, The top of this circle is aligned horizontally with the ground outside the circle. The measurement of the true circle are inside diameter 2.5 meter. The throwing circle rim at least has 6 millimeter thick and 17 millimeter to 18 millimeter deep. The rim is always painted white for the purpose of demarcation. The interior of the throwing circle is made of concrete or some non-slippery material. The surface of the throwing circle is even and 1.4 cm to 2.6 cm lower than the rim of the circle. The cage. The cage The U-shaped cage offers protection for the viewers. It is designed and manufactured such that it can take the load of mistral of the discus of 2 kg flying at a speed up to 25 meters per second. Any strong materials that offer protection for the player for rebounding the discus can be used for the cage. The netting of cage is constructed from synthetic fiber or stiff wire of moderately high tensile. The cage measurement is width 6 meter, height 4 meter. Landing zone, or also known as landing sector, is where the discus arrive after the player's throw is. The landing zone surface must be capable of taking the impression of the discus upon its landing. It is made of natural grass or another suitable material without any bumps. The landing zone is laid at the angle of 24.92 degrees with respect to the middle of the throwing circle. So in this picture, about the cage. The next one is the discus. So there are many types of discus. The first one is target. Target is IAAF certificate for all throwers. And this next runner. Runner made of highly durable solid rubber and give good grip. This is suitable for training seasons. The next is ultimate. Ultimate for season and professional thrower. This discuss Swiss IAAF certificate for workout season. Top flight made of polycarbonate. This is suitable for professional. And this is for training. Training can adjustable weight, and this is suitable for beginner. And this type of discus is club. Club made of solid wood meant for thrower. So in this slide is supporting equipment such as measuring tape is used for measuring length of the throw of the discus. The second one is marking flag. They are used to mark several throws made by a single player. The last one is recording sheet. They are required by the trainer or official to record the score and other details of the player. So this is my last slide, and thank you to sir and all my friends for watch my slide.